And we roll on here into the halftime show on the PAC Sports Network as we're at the break between Washington and Jefferson and Saint Vincent. And we're now joined by Saint Vincent men's basketball player Jaden Gales. Jaden, thanks so much for joining us today. First off, would love to hear just how the season has been for the team as well as you.
So far, the season's been pretty well. We've had our ups and downs, but I feel like we mostly had ups. It's just like a learning point for all of us. As me being a freshman, my first year playing college basketball, it's kind of hard, but then again, it's also a learning point. So as long as I'm learning something from this and getting something out of this, I feel like it's really beneficial for the team.
Hey, I think that's a great point. Learning something, right? I mean, I think that's what, at the end of the day, especially with it being your freshman season, you want to learn as much as you can. So then by the time you're a senior, you're making all the noise in the world. But I want to get into your career, Jaden, and just hear, what led you to wanting to continue your basketball career at St. Vincent. So what was it that led you to wanting to be a Bearcat?
Um, I just felt like I was at home really. The coaching staff did an amazing job of making me feel like I was wanted, making me feel like I was going to really get the experience I wanted out of basketball and also my academic career. So really it was just a sense of, feeling welcome and feeling like I was really a part of the team other than like the other college just treating me as just extra space. So it's pretty much that.
I think that's great that again, went into the college decision with that mindset of where you wanted to go, being a place that, you felt at home and that you felt welcome. And I think that's where you have found that at St. Vincent. But I know that you came from a great high school program here in Pittsburgh at Bishop Canevin, a lot of winning. You did a lot of winning, I should say, 3 WPIAL championships, a state championship as well. What did all that constant winning and consistent winning at that kind of teach you and show you about the game of basketball?
It taught me hard work can get you anything. It's never easy. You gotta work for everything you do. And once you put in the work, then everything just falls in line. You just gotta trust the process, believe in your team and just get the sense of winning and have that dog in you.
Well, out of those 3 WPIAL championships, I got to hear, which year do you feel it was the most challenging or your team faced the most adversity to get to that point?
I would say my freshman year because there was a lot of teams that was really good. For example, Vincentian Academy, before they shut down, it was loaded. They had a lot of people, and it being my freshman year, it was kind of challenging, because it's my first game, it's my first championship. I gotta like try to perform well, so then it sets the tone off right for next year and years on. So I would say that, and also my senior year, because there was a lot of pressure on us. It was expected to win, so having that expectation and having everyone count on us, it was kind of hard. But we got through it. We won the championship and felt good after.
I think it's awesome you got to kind of bookend your high school career with championships, right? You started off with a championship, you ended with a championship. I know that you also, in between those years, get a state championship. What was that like to be a part of, to be on that team, to be on that ride? And just again, when that buzzer sounded, what was that celebration like?
It's still crazy to believe, winning states with your family, like it's a lot. It was a lot to take in. It was exciting, emotional. It was just everything. So winning with my brothers that I've been hooping with since AAU, since grade school. It was just really really something I would remember for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome that you get to share that, like you said, with lifelong friends, guys that you consider family, and you guys can always go back and remember those memories too. But I want to get into a little bit of off the court stuff with you because I see that you're a visual arts major, minoring in graphic design. I was a communications major, so we're kind of, sharing the media space, if you will. Would love to hear what you plan on doing, with visual arts and with graphic design, and what do you ultimately want to get into?
So really with the visual arts aspect of it, so I'm an artist. I like creating like art, drawing, trying to get into painting a lot. So I would say doing something with that, maybe selling my art or just making it for companies or people or, whatever I choose, just doing something with that. And then on the graphic design aspect of it, designing clothes, websites, anything people want me to do. And I also get most of this from my brother Gisano. Uh, he's an entrepreneur. He owns his own like photography business, which is called Opia Studios. Shout out to them. But yeah, it's something like that, and maybe later on in the future, collabing with him and doing a lot of entrepreneurship with him, traveling the world with him, and just setting the tone right for me and him and his studio too. So.
That's awesome, man. I think that's really, really cool. Did you ever do much, cutting up of your own highlight reels from high school?
Yeah, I tried, but yeah, I got most of it.
That's great. Well, hey, listen, I think that, you get to learn that skill and it becomes your career and passion. And along the way, it helps you out with basketball too. It's kind of twofold. So that's great that you get to have that aspect to it. But I want to get back into some on the court stuff because earlier this year, you guys had an exhibition game. I know it was a very long week for you guys. I think it was 3 or 4 games in a week span, but guys went up against a Division I team in St. Francis out of Laredo, Pennsylvania. Would love to hear just what that was like to experience, especially with you being a freshman and, going up against Division I talent, Division I team, and, what it was like to experience that pace of play.
It was an honor, playing a Division I team, being D3. But I felt like once the game was going on, in my opinion, if we was better prepared to play them, like we watched film on them, we would have won for sure. But just playing just to get the feel of a Division I team and getting the pace and everything of it, it wasn't challenging, but then again, it was a fun little competition. I liked it. So, and also like getting the score 21 on a Division I team as a freshman, that's big too. That was a big accomplishment for me too. So, I liked every aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little kind of measuring stick for yourself, for your teammates, for your whole team to kind of see where are we at right now. Especially at that point, it was right before PAC play, so you got to see kind of where you were at right before conference play picked up. But again, Jaden, really appreciate your time today. Thanks so much for stopping by. Before we let you run, just want to hear what do you think it will take for this Saint Vincent team to really make not only a push for the playoffs but for a PAC championship?
I would say it would take a lot of effort and a lot of energy from, everybody on the team. We just gotta keep the momentum going, keep the energy going, whether it's practice, off the court, warm up line, anything. We just gotta keep the energy going, keep the momentum going, and then, you know, we'll end up winning. That's all I can say. We just gotta keep the energy going.
Well, we wish nothing but luck to you and to the Bearcats here on the PAC Sports Network for the rest of the season. Thanks so much for stopping by today, Jaden.
Thank you. It's an honor.
That's St. Vincent forward Jaden Gales. Folks, make sure you keep watching as we will have more action in the second half right after this, only on the PAC Sports Network.